Everyone. So I've been asked to produce more videos on YouTube, so here we go. I'll just give you the latest update with some of my thoughts. So I find it really strange that we've decided to shut down the entire world economy. I'm not saying that the virus is not serious. However, I was speaking with a pediatrician the other day, and he said that during H1N1, there were something like 62 million cases, right? And in terms of lethality, he indicated that it was on par with the virus that we're dealing with now. So that's the question. Back in 2009, during the H1N1 pandemic, why didn't we shut down the world economy? Because I think the fact is now there'll be much more deaths from having the world economy shut down, right, than from the virus itself. Because think about it, when you're unemployed, there's going to be a natural increase, right, in suicide rate, and then also just people that simply can't get medical care because for many Americans, they have no income at the current moment because they're locked down, self-quarantined in their houses, right? So end of the day, I think this is all a cover for the central banks. So let's look at what the central banks are doing now. They've announced unlimited quantitative easing, and they've actually lowered the reserve rate from 10% to 0%. So what does this actually mean? Well, what it actually means is that there literally are no assets backing your deposits at a bank, right? And what do I think is a solution? Well, from my perspective, cryptocurrency is a solution because it's a hedge for rehypothecation risk. Because it's possible that you go to the bank and they say that, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have enough cash available so that we can pay your deposits, right? If you try to withdraw from the bank. And you may think that, don't worry, I have FDIC insurance for up to $250,000. However, the real problem is, I believe the reserve ratio is something like 1.41%. So what kind of safety mechanism is this really? And there was recently a video that the FDIC put out saying how dangerous it was to put cash underneath your bed. Well, there is another way, right? So with cryptocurrency, you can have your own cold storage, right, with a Trezor, and no one has to know how much money you have on it, right? So, for example, if a thief, for whatever reason, broke into your house and then they find a Trezor, it's really not an issue because they can't figure out, one, how much is on there, but also more than that, it's backed up with a PIN. So as long as they don't know your PIN, then there's no way that they can access your funds, right? So I think the way this will play out is that the Fed will keep on printing, and at some point there may be deflation that comes just because many people are unemployed and everyone's locked down in their house. But at some point, all this money printing has to translate into hyperinflation.